If you want to learn the process to embodying and empowering the feminine spirit, then check out the book, Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child. What's up, it's your boy Reemus, and in this video we're going to be speaking about how you as a woman can get a healthy masculine man. And I always talk about the fact that in this day and age, a man is one of the rarest things on the planet, more rarer than gold, more rarer than Bitcoin, more rarer than any diamond or jewel you want to get me, because many women want that type of guy, but they cannot find him. And you see a lot of women saying, well, the good men are running out. The available quality men are running out. The pool is so small. I have to settle for these guys who are toxic and wounded and don't want to have good intentions and not serious and so on. So it makes sense that you want to be someone who has an understanding of how to attract the healthy masculine man, so you don't have to deal with the other types of men. Now, before I go into that, right, it's going to lead into my next point. Now, I have the book, right, called Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child, right? And it doesn't actually go into how to get that type of man, but healing yourself naturally helps you to get that type of man anyway. So you want to check that book out. The link is in the description below. It's called Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child. It's mainly directed at women. But the first point of how to get a healthy masculine man is you want to actually become a healthy feminine woman, which means you have to heal yourself. If you don't want the type of man who is a red flag, who is toxic, who doesn't have good intentions, who isn't valuable, then naturally you would have to be that person's or your ideal person's ideal person. So you want to become a healthy feminine woman, and you want to heal any wounds, traumas, triggers, and any bitterness that's in you, because whatever you have in you is going to be matched by the other person. You are literally just getting the type of person who is on your frequency. So when you're saying, oh, this guy's toxic, I keep dealing with toxic men, I guarantee you it's something about you that is attracting that sort of frequency, and you're just finding your vibrational match. Now, that could be disheartening, but really it's not supposed to be disheartening. It's supposed to be empowering, because you know that if you are the defining factor, then that means you can change your situation, whatever it is. If it was the other way around, you would be at the mercy of the world. You would be at the mercy of men, but that's not the case. You can literally work on yourself, and then you can get someone else who also matches that vibe. I talked about this at one of my events. It was called it was in both, actually. It was in Journey in Divine Union, and it was also in the event Divine Game. And I said that game is the ability to get that which you want. And we spoke about the importance of healing. And I'll try to link below the access to that video series. It was a seminar that I did, and if you want to get visual access to it, you can just you can buy it below. But we were saying that, well, you have to understand how, who you're going for, and if they're a valuable person, you have to be a reservoir of value yourself. And the only way you can be valuable yourself is if you work on yourself. Now, once you work on yourself, the second important thing that you have to know if you want to be able to attract a healthy masculine man and keep him in your life is that you have to change your standards. Now, when you start to heal your feminine energy, this is going to happen naturally. You're naturally going to change your standards, because you're going to have value within yourself, and you're not going to just want to give it away to everyone. So when we see in this culture where just giving yourself away to everyone is called liberating, no, it's not. Because it's more liberating to say, I'm valuable, but you don't get access to my value unless you are the type of person who matches my energy, matches my value. So you want to be someone who changes your standards, which will happen naturally if you work on yourself, but you want to consciously do it anyway. You want to say, no, I'm going to be more selective. No, usually I would just like to keep someone around for company, but no, they're not worth being in my company, because the value that I give is just too much for me to just willingly or unwillingly or unconsciously just let out to anyone. You don't want to be letting any single guy inside of you or around you and so on. It frankly is weird if you're someone who has built value. Nothing of value. Like, if I gave you an asset, you wouldn't just give it out. You would keep it and hold on to it and say, well, if you want it, you have to buy it. And what buying it is you have to trade something. You have to have something of value that I can trade for this value. And that's, of course, how you want to see yourself. So change your standards. And then the second thing, or the third thing that you have to know about being able to get a healthy masculine man is you have to know what a healed man looks like. If you've dealt with men who were very toxic or abusive or red flags and so on, you're not really going to have a good understanding of what it's like with a healed man. You're not even going to know his traits, his quality, how he thinks. You won't even know how to spot him. When he comes into your life, you're literally not going to know what he looks like spiritually and mentally, because you have so little experience doing that. But sit down, take some time to actually think about it. What type of guy is the type of guy that treats me good, has worked on himself, is healed, is not thinking in terms of being triggered and trauma, who's not aggressive and so on. Sit down and actually think to yourself. You might have to use your imagination a bit. You might have to look at other relationships that you see with particular friends that have healthy relationships. And actually think about those traits and go, okay. So now that I've changed my standards, I've upgraded my standards, now I know that if the type of man I want, or the type of man that I'm interacting with, if he's not showing these traits, I want to be wary of just giving myself away to him. I want to be wary of interacting with him. But try not to go superficial. Try not to think of it in a way where it's like the man is based on money or anything like that. Because a lot of people go, oh, well, he's tall, or he's physically strong or fit, or he's got money. But those are just superficial traits. That has nothing really to do with a man being a healed masculine man. You could be all of those things and be very wounded, as many of you guys probably already know anyway. So again, you want to have an understanding of what the healed man looks like. Then the fourth thing, when you know, or the fourth thing with getting a healthy masculine man, is you want to know what he's looking for. You don't want to just think me. You want to understand, okay, well, I know what I'm looking for. I know how I want a man to treat me, but how should I be treating him? Because that's what he's looking for. If you have standards yourself, then naturally it makes sense that he would have standards too. Why wouldn't he have standards? Do you want a guy that has no standards? That wouldn't make any sense. So you want to think to yourself, okay, I'm going to have to do this or speak like this, or I'm going to have to be calm. And I know that men, they want a woman that is their peace. Maybe I have to work on myself so that I bring peace into his life. Because if you bring drama into his life and he accepts that, that is a good sign that he's probably not a healthy masculine man, because he wouldn't want that. He's not going to want that. So even in terms, when we was talking before about the fact that when you attract toxic, it's because you are toxic. It's kind of like how you're seeing it play out now. If you bring drama into his life, you're going to know, wait, to be honest, if he was a healthy masculine man, he wouldn't want me to bring drama to his life. Maybe he'd want me to bring adventure. Maybe he'd want me to bring fun and newness, novelty, new perspectives and stimulation. But he wouldn't necessarily think to himself, I want chaos and drama and so on. Okay, and then the last thing, right, and it's tied to having standards and knowing your worth and all of that. But if you want the healed masculine man, you need to cut out every single guy who is not like the archetype you want. So of course we have changed our standards, but we want to consciously make sure we're living up to it, and we're not pouring any excess energy into the men who are unhealthy. So what you do is you cut out all men like that. Cut out all men who are not on your vibe, not on your frequency, not on your mindset, not, moving in the direction that you want to, and not aligned with you. It's literally a waste of time. We have to think of our energy like currency, because it is. Whatever you put your energy into, you want some sort of return on investment. Otherwise, you're just spending that currency and you're never going to get it back. So when you are, pouring or spending your energy into men who really aren't for you, you're literally just wasting your time. And you need to definitely cut that out. But anyway, that was a lot. Hope it helped. And as I said before, if you do want to work on becoming a healthy feminine woman, check out the book Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child. And you can access it through the link in my bio. And once you do that, I've already seen many women say that as soon as they started working on their femininity, it attracted better quality guys. And this is a segue in the journey into that for you. Hope it helps. But anyway, I want to know what you thought of the video. So comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. More than any other time in human history, a restoration, a repair, a respect for the feminine energy is needed. And if you want to check out the process to healing the feminine energy, then you can check out the book, which is available digitally or in print form.